Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Masks Monday, and it has been a whole year since we've started playing this campaign. So thank you to my players for not going literally mad in real life and getting sick of it. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. But we are up to session 38 of Masks of Nyarlathotep, and we are carrying on potentially with the TPK theme. They've done well so far, but we'll see what happens today. I do have plans specifically if people do go permanently insane, or if there's suggestions for it and so on. But before then, they've all done their improvement rolls. Let's go round the virtual table. Shall we start off with Mr. Perry Astor when he's unmuted? We can't hear you all the way from Canada.
We'll start that again, won't we? Yes, Perry Astor, Canadian explorer, spent some time in Africa now. It's his first visit to Africa, and he's probably never going to come back again.
Yeah, put off for life. And Mr. Barrington-Smythe.
Yes, I'm Charles Barrington-Smythe. I'm here for my quick cameo. After the way things ended last week, I'm expecting my involvement here to be fairly rapidly brief. But I'm determined to go out swinging. Damn your eyes. I've got a big club and I'm going to use it.
I mean, it wasn't swing that Masters was singing. It was a bit slower than that, but you could do that as well, I guess. And we have, whiskey drinker, Mr. Singh Dillon.
Yes, indeed. My name is Pranit. I'm a former soldier that's been through a lot and is actually really thinking to go down Charles' way and get rid of some points of his faith after all this shit he's been through. We'll see.
Yes, we shall see. And finally, we have Miss Jones.
Oh, hello. My name is indeed Miss Jones.
Oh, Miss.
Okay. Well, I could be Miss. I mean, I didn't think anyone would miss me, but okay. So I am a cataloguist, I suppose, for the Penhew Foundation, and I spotted things going rather awry, and so I decided to investigate when I found, these three, basically, and, they knew a lot about what was going on, so I've teamed up for the time being, but they don't seem to have my interest in strange creatures.
And speaking of strange creatures, do you want to give a summary of the last session?
Certainly. We set off from the little village where we'd stayed overnight, and the first place we went to on our trek up the mountain was we came across the site of the massacre, the Carlyle Expedition Massacre. And, it was a strange place. It had a burnt patch and nothing lived there. And the corpses of various dead people were there and hadn't decomposed at all in all these years. But apart from that, there wasn't really anything to find. There was, this place was kind of locked in time, like even bacteria was avoiding it, so obviously it was very mythosy, but we didn't find any clues as to what kind of mythosy thing happened, or we didn't learn anything new about the Carlyle expedition. So we headed up the mountain with our soldiers in tow, and we came across a few cultist groups as we went up the mountain, which we avoided by hiding, because, we were with soldiers. We didn't want to have to, explain that. And then when we got to the top, we found this sort of plateau covered in grass, which was very strange grass. And on this grass, on this plateau, were a number of cultists all doing their culty thing, getting naked and shouting weird words and having an orgy. So we snuck past them and worked our way up into the mountain itself, where we found a secret way inside the mountain. And in there were big piles of corpses, lots of people held in a cage, and, there were some cultists. The party dithered and dallied for a good half an hour, And then I decided I'd take some decisive action. So I just walked forward, and one of the cultists, to the cage, because I wanted to have a look at it. I saw the cage. Unfortunately, the disguises we were in, which were various occultist uniforms we'd stolen over the years, were instantly recognised as ones that were stolen. And I was rather hoping we could blag it, but it didn't happen. So there was a fight. There was a couple of bad guys, and after some confusion as to which cage door was locked, I released the chameleon. The chameleon, who I'd been carrying all this time, did indeed, as I suspected, grew larger in size and basically started tearing cultists to shreds. And so I decided that why waste a good chameleon? So I've headed outside, and I'm starting to kill cultists out there now too. Now, before I left, I did, of course, there was some fighting with the big bad cult leader lady thing, who is now dead. And then the others have decided to venture deeper into this mountainous cave system, and they have found Hypatia Masters about to give birth to a big Cthulhu baby, which, of course, the right thing to do here is to kill it while it's in the womb, but this is our group, so they'll dilly and dally, and then eventually the thing will give birth and they'll have to fight the monster.
I thought we might wait for its 18th birthday first.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's quite staggering. We heard such a polite, petite, kind, quiet voice, and yet Francoise was just coming right through, all the way.
I mean, it's only a very distant relative of Cthulhu. It's not a Cthulhu baby per se. But yes, okay. So
Well,
before
any
we,
other fucking relatives?
oh, there's a big family tree and everything. Before we see how much sanity you lose from such a sight, let's quickly go through sanity and so on. So basically, I've kept a note of sanity that you've lost last session because, of course, we're in the same day. So I believe, Annie, you did start on 53 sanity, but you've lost 1 today.
That is absolutely correct.
Yep. Perry, you've started on 93 today, and you've lost 1 as well.
I'm 91 sanity.
Then you'll have lost 2 sanity. Pranit, you started on 73 that day, and you've lost 4 so far.
I ticked that I lost just 3.
You lost just 3. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm 70 now.
Okay, cool. And Charles, you were on 39, I believe, and
Yep.
you've so far not lost any.
I've so far not lost any. I'm
far.
also, that's the same score as my luck score now as well.
Okay. Yeah, so look, Annie, what's your luck now?
My luck is 42.
42. Perry?
79.
Your luck is 79.
Mm.
You got to like 10 last week, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah, you were lower than me last time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yes,
spent
right.
you spent
Why
a
did
fortune.
when I turned my sheet on, it was saying 71. No, so 73 for some reason. Then I got 6 from
73 is
the
your
improvement
sanity.
roll. No, it's
73 is your
not.
sanity.
No,
Yeah,
sanity's on 91.
Is
Yeah,
this
you-
the latest version of your character sheet?
Yeah, I've only got one version.
Because I
You
do
were
remember your
definitely
luck being very low.
10 last week, and you were like, "Oh, do
You're
I?"
right, because I did the group roll. I was about 10, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
So that's
It was
16.
lower than me that I had 14.
Okay.
That's 16 now then.
Yeah, 16. And yeah, apologies, you're on 93 sanity, but you've lost 2.
Yep.
Okay, and then Pranit, what's your luck now?
Now 24.
24. Okay, so Perry is still the lowest in total for group luck, but he's not gone back up to 73. Yeah, so the way we're going to do this is I've basically got 2 initiative tracks for inside and outside. We are going to do a little bit inside first. Not technically in initiative order because you're not in combat. But even
Yet.
so, well, we'll see. But yes, so you have gone up. You've gone through this horrible monstrosity of a place with all these horrible tunnels and passageways, shimmering tentacular style pillars, past these horrible pits you think through of various ravenous creatures and so on, up to this dais where this woman's been singing away to herself, and you see what is left of Hypatia Masters in her form with this thing inside her, and is swelling and pulsating in front of you with these beady eyes looking out through the membrane. So can the three of you please give me sanity rolls?
Oh no,
Certainly can.
not already.
It's going to be already.
No, not even
No.
close.
Okay.
I made it by 1.
I failed.
And just to say, if I spend all my luck, I will
Can't
still
spend luck.
fail.
Can't spend luck on sanity.
I would still fail even if I spend it all, even if I could.
Okay, so Pranit, you passed.
No, I failed.
You failed. So I'm getting you two mixed up for some reason today. Perry, you passed, so you lose 3 sanity.
Oh,
3. Okay.
fuck.
Yep. It's quite a big one, this one. I've done it again.
Wow.
Okay, and for those of you who have failed, so I know that obviously you're going to lose points going to bad manners, Charles, but I still want to see how much you lose.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, it's not nearly as bad as I expected. So you lose 2. You still go into a bout of madness, which I'll deal with in a second. But maybe it's because you were imagining or speculating what was going to be there before you saw it. But it obviously given.
So the guys who failed the sanity roll have lost less sanity than the guy who made it.
Okay, I've just rolled for Pranit as well. You are correct. Pranit has lost 1 sanity.
Now I'm 69.
Ooh.
I don't want to gain anymore. Don't want to lose anymore.
Well, yeah.
It's nice.
Okay.
I'm off to Doolally
Yeah, Charles is in trouble, isn't he?
Yep. Okay. So, given I've found this rather nice table, I'd like you to roll me a D100, please, Charles.
23.
23. Okay.
Also, see you later, Matteo.
Yes, I will see you later.
And as they go round the chicane.
Yes, apparently. Someone else has seen a bastard and run away. Okay, so you see Hypatia in her form, and you've seen pictures of her previously. You know, she was really quite dainty, really good looking, really quite beautiful. And seeing her this way, it makes you feel for her so much. You wish that this could not have happened to her, and that you wish you could have maybe been there to stop it from happening, however it happened. But you can't help but just burst into tears, sort of manic crying. You fall to your knees, and that's all your mind can think about as you're seeing her in her form. And she looks up at you and smiles a little bit, and you think she sort of whispers something to you. Oh, don't take pity on me. Don't take pity. And what I'll do as well, I'll bring up a picture of her as well, which I've been saving.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Okay. So, like I said previously, she is barely able to move. She can just about lift a hand and almost kind of air stroke towards Charles. But apart from that, she's not going anywhere as far as you can tell. But she does look up at the rest of you with slightly pleading eyes in her kind of milky, vacant look, and says, have you come to visit me, to help me through this?
You could put it that way.
Do you come from outside?
Yes, we do.
You're from my home. And she looks at you, Perry, with interest. How is home? Is it still nice?
Yeah, it was pretty good when I left it.
Please, this is such a wonderful thing that I gave my life to, but I wish I could see it again. I'll give you money. I'll give you all the money that you want. I want this to happen. I do, but not in this way. It's not what I really wanted. He tricked me. And you see her actually looking up as if she's checking that somebody's there when she says that.
Oh, look
How
up
did
as
he
well and
trick
see what's above us. Just in case.
Yeah, you don't see anything above you. You're not sure.
How exactly did he trick you? What did he promise you?
He promised to make me important, to make me an important vessel for what he needed to happen. He showed me such wonderful things in that hot desert climb. Beautiful pyramids. He even showed me the kings, the great kings, Ramesses and all that. I didn't believe it at first, but Roger was so keen to have me on board, and it seemed like such a good thing to happen to me after all I went through. And she starts kind of looking down at the ground and closing her eyes, and almost like she's imagining again back at home, and starts singing to herself.
What about the others?
What others?
The other members of your party.
Your colleagues, your friends and colleagues. What about them?
Well, they're not here. I don't know where they are. I have not seen them for a long time. How long has it been, actually? I feel like it has been so long since I've seen the outside.
As far as we know, you all disappeared about 4 years ago, is it? Or 6?
I'm
I'm asking as a player. That's
it'd be
that's
more
cool.
like 6 years at this point.
6
yeah,
years,
1919, yeah.
It's about 6 years. And is it 6 years you've been in this state?
I don't really know. Time does not make sense to me anymore.
How could it? I don't know about you guys, but I just want to lift her of her misery. Come on, just look at her. She's suffering, both physically and mentally.
So will you help? Will you help get me back home?
Yeah, I'm sure there's something we can do.
We'll do our best.
Thank you. Thank you, kind gentlemen.
Can I shoot her in the face?
Oh.
Lady.
I was going to do it in the back of the head, but
Well, she is raised up a little bit, but she's still laying down like this, so you'd have to kind of walk all the way around her.
can I sort of kneel down beside her then towards the top half of her body
Sure.
and
Yeah.
like move like I'm going to reach down. If I sit on her right, I can sort of on her left, I can sort of take my pistol out on the opposite side.
Okay. Yep. So she actually just moves her hand out towards you as if you're going to take her hand.
And I'll just take the pistol out and put it really sort of inch or so away from her head and bang.
Yeah.
Okay.
My rifle is still in my hand, to be fair. I didn't put it down. No way in hell I'm doing it.
Okay, cool. What's your damage on your pistol again, Perry?
The pistol is... It's a 45 revolver, 1d10 plus 2.
Okay, 1d10. And what was yours, Pranit? Because you've got just your rifle, right?
Yeah, my rifle is the base damage 1d8 plus 1d6 plus 3.
Okay. So I guess if you want to do it the most humane way, it'll probably be bang to the head and then finish her off with the rifle, when she's unconscious or whatever, or can't see. So I don't know if you want to do it that way or whatever. Obviously up to you. But since it's pretty much coup de grace-ing...
Oh, no, I was going to shoot her in the head as I go down, not hit her.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah,
so...
okay.
It's a coup de grace.
Yeah, so,
Just bold.
you're not going to roll to hit, but I'd still
No.
like you to roll damage.
Okay.
Just to see.
That's quite disappointing. That's a 7.
7. Okay. So yeah, you get her in the side of the cheek, and you see a bit of tissue just like this, and her head. She can't help but move her head like this, and she just looks up at you. She doesn't even cry out or anything, but you see tears start streaming down her cheek, and Charles, you're very upset by this.
We should have tried to save them.
Are you wanting to react or do anything to this?
No, he's gone. He's just a wreck now.
Okay.
Well, I mean, looking at it literally,
Completely
he's
uncontrollable. It's...
Well, I mean, he's seen this woman, in this horrible position. He's absolutely racked with guilt, and then on top of that, he feels doubly racked that he didn't move straight away, and of course that's allowed Perry to go up,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
and he's just looking at the wastefulness of it all, just
Okay. All right.
desolation.
Pranit, you're still
Is
going to fire
it-
with your rifle, right?
Yeah, if she's still breathing, yes, I am.
She is still. You think she's still breathing? Yeah. She's just looking up at Perry. Not really any emotion left in her at this point, and you just see tears start rolling down both cheeks.
Yeah, I don't want really to take any chances, so I'm shooting her in the stomach.
Okay.
That's 13.
Okay. Right. That's enough to be a major wound. Let's see if she goes unconscious. Oh yeah, there we go. Con. Yeah, I didn't think it was that high. Oh yeah, okay. So she goes unconscious. So you shoot her right in the stomach, and you see almost this. You think maybe an arm or something long kind of try and come out, like bulging out through her skin, which really pulls it raw to the point it's almost completely transparent, and you see this horrible red thing inside. But she does go unconscious at that point. The arm or whatever does retreat for a moment, but then you start seeing another bulge, maybe an elbow, something like that.
No.
Then
No.
another.
I'm shooting again.
Okay. Yep. More damage.
No. Just damage.
Yeah, you're right next to her.
That's 11.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you definitely think that she's gone and she's going to bleed out. So you get her again in the stomach area. You can see blood is starting to seep down all around her. But this thing inside her, it still tries to struggle, you think, for a few more seconds, and then it starts to slowly retreat back inside. For a minute, or you think maybe a minute or an eternal minute, everything is still. But then you start smelling something horrible, and suddenly you hear tearing and cracking between her legs, and this thing starts crawling out of her. Can the three of you, first of all, make me a group luck roll?
Oh, that's me.
It's going to be you, yes.
Okay, so we need below 16. Oh, that's a 00. That is a 9.
Oh, so you passed.
Yes.
Oh, what a good time to pass.
I was looking
Okay.
at it thinking, oh God, it's 90, but it's not.
Oh my god.
We never doubted you for a minute.
When you said 00, I thought you meant you'd rolled 100. Okay, so this thing still does crawl out. So yeah, you think bones actually crunching at one point, maybe of a pelvic bone, something like that. It's absolutely horrible to hear as this thing comes out. Basically, as it comes out, it's got a very monstrous form to it. It's this horrible, roughly triangular shape, very bottom heavy, with these big yellow eyes that look at you, and it's slithering out. It's got various fangs in different places. It's drooling, and there's other smaller purple tentacles as well coming out. And it definitely bears a relation, you think, to its father.
Not a fan.
So, and it looks like this.
Definitely not a fan. Jesus fucking Christ, what's that? Oh
Okay.
no, not a fan.
I'm gonna go out on a limb that whatever it is, Jesus fucking Christ, it isn't.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay, so obviously Charles is going through a bout of madness. This does not affect you specifically, but Perry and Pranit, can you roll me another sanity as you see this?
Lovely.
I passed the sanity.
Pass.
Nope, failed again.
Okay. Things are
Look, it's all right. It's all right. Perry's going to take the hit, not you. Not you.
okay. So Perry, you lose another 2 sanity.
Oh,
In fact, given you're that close to her, you kind of retreat back as you start hearing tearing and cracking.
Back,
yeah. And you almost get knocked back down the stairs in shock at this. Pranit, on the other hand,
oh, he only loses 1.
He loses 1.
Oh, he gains 1.
if he's going to lose 1, that's a 1 in 20 chance. Let's put it like that.
Oh fuck.
Okay, that is going to be 13.
Oh much.
You're welcome, Steve. Here come the sanity losses.
Oh,
so,
God.
Pranit, can I have an intelligence roll, please?
I really rather not.
Oh, jeez.
100.
Okay.
I'm dumb as a rock.
Okay. Good. Well, you failed. Okay, so what happens is that's actually enough on your 5th, so you are going to be indefinitely insane. But
Again.
you've not gone through a bout of madness. But if you lose any more, then yes, you will of course do that. So at the moment, you can't comprehend what you're seeing, but you're still scared shitless. I guess you feel very warm around your thigh area as you see this creature come out. So for the moment, I'm gonna maybe give you a penalty for now, things like that, to react to this thing, because you're still very scared of what you're seeing. So, okay. So let's quickly nip back to our beloved Annie Jones. As you're careering down, well, you've reached the bottom now, haven't you? So you've reached the bottom now. Just to remind you, who did unfortunately take one of the soldiers, which you described as collateral damage, because who cares? Yeah, you reached the bottom. Some cultists nearer to you on the plateau have obviously seen you come down and are looking a little bit worried. And what I'm actually going to do is Actually, no, they're not going to need to, are they? No. They're looking nervous, and some of them are starting to stand up if they were either seated or laying down, and they're starting to get up and become more alert. However, who's on the thing? Okay, it's the soldiers that were positioned back at the path. They're going to basically follow you with the Gatling gun, as is Sam and Nails. And yeah, you happen to be next because you've got your gun. You've got your gun ready, haven't you? So yeah, what would you like to do?
Charge! In fact, I feel the need to hold my hat up like a lunatic. Charge! One hand on the reins.
Okay. Okay, so you're basically just driving who forward.
Yes.
Okay. Do you
With
want
the
to take any...
Byakhee up behind somewhere, about to dive bomb any that get out the way.
Yep. Okay. Do you want to do anything with, like, you want to shoot at this point because you can?
Is there anyone looks like they might be casting a spell?
Ah, good question. Give me a luck roll.
That is a pass.
I see. So for the moment, no, you can't see anybody who looks particularly savvy with spells.
Okay. In that case, I shall save my limited number of bullets. And is anyone that looks... Why don't people who cast spells have a certain look? Like in D&D, you know, anyone in a robe?
Well, I mean, some of them are naked. But also for the umpteenth time, they're in their best dress if they are. So, you know, there's not some mark on them saying, I cast a spell, I'm a spellcaster.
Yes. What about anyone that looks like they might be leading a group of people? As if not, I'll just go for the biggest group.
I'll allow you psychology, because it may well be that there are spellcasters here, but you don't know given what they're wearing. So you can maybe see what they're...
I am going to spend 7 points of luck.
Okay. So you actually notice he's quite far away, but you notice that guy who you spoke to briefly on the wagon with the stick. And given the way he's looking at you and how he's standing up quite slowly, you have this quite horrible feeling that he might know a spell or two. Maybe
He's
wondering
first.
what to do with you. He's first. Okay.
That way, woo!
You actually see him start drawing a sword cane from his cane. So, okay, give me a roll for your Dillinger.
It's a little wide and
Okay.
high and in the wrong direction.
He is quite far away. Excuse me. He does need to get to you. Okay. Is next. Your Byakhee are next. So I sent you a screenshot basically of their attacks and things on Facebook. So I thought
It was very tiny. I can't read that.
I did it with my tablet, so you should be able to get it quite big.
Something, 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 H-E something. T-H something. Something T, something, something hyphen. This is the name.
Yeah, I get the point. How bizarre, because it looked really big.
Not on the one that it's actually come through at my end.
If I click on it, I can read that fine. I don't see what the problem is.
Come down here.
Okay, fine. Well, all right. You basically got a choice. It's got things like claws and crashing into targets and so on, which presumably you want to do first. There is also a maneuver called bite and hold, which basically allows it to attach to a victim and start draining its blood or their blood.
Does that give the Byakhee anything, or is it just a way to kill someone that's different?
No, it just basically it starts getting rid of strength actually. And then once you know everyone is repleted of its strength, then of course they die. So yeah.
Okay. Do any cultists have guns?
You can't see any guns. You can see a few drawing large knives and pangas.
Okay. Well, Wu's going to go toward the guy I think is a spellcaster, and the Byakhees for the moment could just hover up above, ready to react to spellcasters and guns, and the soldiers could just shoot whoever they damn well please.
Okay. Right. Next one is the spellcaster, shall we say. So he is going to actually focus on who now, as who is coming towards him. And he starts focusing his hand on her and mutters under his breath, of course, as they always do.
Okay, well, that's the target for the Byakhee then. He's made a spell motion.
Okay. So they're going to basically fly on him next time. Okay. Who is next? So she basically has this long tongue, although there are a few more cultists trying to crowd her as well. So she's going to lash out with her tongue at one of these, which presumably she's going to do. Yep. So she latches on because she's still pretty hungry. More very agonizing pain coming from this cultist. How much is it again? Oh, yeah. Okay. So quite a lot of scratches go up his chest, and she tries to, wrap around it. And let's just roll strength. Okay. So this specific cultist just try and get out of the tongue, and does manage to roll away. So he'll be able to do that by next go. As for the cultists that have crowded near her, one is going to go for her tongue with the panga, actually. So let me just get that back up. There we go. That's a hit. That's a miss. And that's a hit. Okay, although she does have a lot of armor, so you never know. Oh, I think she's all right. Yeah, more Italian job going on. Armor. Oh yeah, okay. So even her tongue, it's rubbery as these blades hit it. So she doesn't care either way. In fact, she tries to just scoop up a couple of these other ones. Okay. Then it's back to the top. So the soldiers are going to start taking out some of the other cultists who are either a little bit tipsy or they weren't quite aware of what was going on, given the area is so big. So they're going to do that. And I'll just give them a general roll. Yep. Ooh, yep. Okay. Yeah, so they start trailing their fire around in very automatic fire fashion. So a load of shots start firing out in a rain of bullets. Okay, and then Sam and Nails are going to try and pick off a few when they get a bit closer. And now back to you, Annie.
I'll shoot the dude again. This time I hit, and it might actually. I've just got to check. Oh, it's only a hard.
Okay. Fair dues, roll your damage.
It's a D6, isn't it? Yeah. I've done him 2 points of damage because I'm a really effective combatant.
Okay. So you just managed to graze his shoulder, and a bit of his shirt, I guess, tears off. Okay. Who is going to basically try and pick up a couple of the others, kind of multitasking as well with her tongue. So she'll try and scoop up another one with her tongue first. Which actually she fails by 3. And then in terms of trying to grab somebody else, that is a pass. So she tries to hold a cultist in her 3-pronged hand, basically, and starts squeezing him, which I imagine she's going to do exceedingly well at. Okay. Two more. Yeah. Okay. So basically, she crushes him so much that his brains just stop flying all over the place. eyeballs come out of his sockets and so on.
Nice.
Okay, so the spellcasting cultist, Sul, he is going to finish his words, and suddenly, as you're on who, you feel her jolt as she kind of stops still, or she jerks to a stop, and you feel like something is holding her.
Don't the Byakhee go before him?
Yes, sorry, you're right. You're absolutely right. So, yeah, the Byakhee, what do you want to do with them? Go for
They were attacking him.
attacking him. Okay. All right then. So, I guess either crash into him or try and get the claws and things like that. How many have you got? Two.
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 Yeah.
Ooh, that's a hit, and that's a miss. Okay, what have we got? Ooh, that is a major wound.
According to the stats, their attacks per round is blur.
Oh, actually, they technically get 2 attacks, I think.
I don't know.
Yes, they
Can't
do.
read it.
Yes, they
Okay.
do 2 attacks. All right, I'll do one for each one then. That is another hit. And that's another hit. Oh, wow. Okay, so he might actually be dead at this point. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they rake him so much, blood starts coming out of these really long lacerations down his chest. And then as he crumples backwards, they just start picking on him like vultures. Which is quite a good thing, since he didn't get to finish his spell in the end. Okay, so who is going to start going for any others around? So again, with a tongue first. Yep, that's a hit. Oh, actually, I beg your pardon. She did manage to get one with a tongue, so she chomps that one. So I'll take that as her kind of brawling attack. So she manages to take another one. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yep, another insta-kill. More bones crunching. Okay, so that's those left. Okay, fine, I'll just delete the entire row then. Okay, so a few more cultists left. They're going to try, once again, they're fixed on who. Oh, that is a crit. And that's a hit. And that's a miss. Another one has come on as well at this point, and that is also a miss. So the one who got the crit is going to do maximum. Ooh, okay. 3 damage. Wow. Okay, so she does get a bit of a cut in her, but nothing too serious. Unfortunately, you're too high to be reached by them at the minute. So, okay. Okay, so we're going to go back up to the front, although for now, let's go back to the others. So we are in initiative with the lovely spawn creature. So, Perry, you're first as this thing comes rolling out. Again, you've backed up a little bit from where you are, but you're still in point blank range with this.
I'll sort of fall back on my haunches and I'll just fire 3 quick shots of my pistol.
Okay, 3 quick shots. So that's going to be a penalty for each one.
Okay. Oh,
actually, I beg your pardon. First one's fine, but then the next 2 are a
2 penalty. Yeah. Okay, so it is shooting handgun. Okay, so the first one's a hit. The first one is actually a hard pass. That is a fail on the second one. Oh, I didn't do the dice on that. That's the second one. The third one's a pass. Okay, yeah. So that's 2 passes and 1 fail.
Passes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If I can actually find the damn thing, does it even dodge? Oh, it actually does dodge, although it's not really brilliant at it. That's a fail. Fail. Yay. Lots and lots of fails. In fact, one of those is technically a fumble, so it's stumbling, it's disorientated, and you think maybe because it wasn't born properly, you think maybe it's a bit weaker because of that. So yeah, roll your damage if you haven't done so already.
Okay, that's a 13 and a 7.
Oh, so 20 in total. Okay.
That's 3 bullets.
Okay. Okay. Actually, blimey number. Okay. I need a calculator because I can't do mental arithmetic anymore. But I just want to double check. You've got yourself to thank for this. Okay. So yeah, you give it a couple of bullets, and it really punctures through this membrane, which you think that maybe it's starting to solidify a bit more, but it's still again it's premature. So they just go straight through, and liquid starts oozing out. It tumbles down further down these steps, and you see this horrible orange, probably vomit from the smell of it, just trailing behind it with other liquid and goo. And you think that it's still alive, but it's really very weak. There's more of this liquid oozing out. And in fact, actually, with that, oh my god. Okay, wow. So almost like a water bomb, it just kind of deflates towards the bottom of these stairs, because basically I rolled 100 for its con, and it just so more liquid starts spilling out of it. Its tentacles are still active, and they're still they're kind of trailing back behind it. You think maybe trying to reach up to you, although it is quite a long way. So actually, Pranit, you do have a move before it, especially given its state now.
Yeah, I'm shooting the damn thing.
You shoot it, okay.
Yeah, of course I am. With all the is it 3 that I got from the attacks? Yeah, I'm trying with.
I thought with
all
a rifle it's
3.
still just 1. With a
1
pistol
to
you can
3.
do 1 or 3. Oh, 1.
Yes, same with the Martini Henry rifle. If you want to double check, it says so on my character sheet.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was like one shot per 3 rounds, rather than 1 or 3. Yeah, I'll quickly check if you don't mind.
Don't worry. I'm sending you what I read on my character sheet.
More for my own education than anything. Martini rifle.
0.45. If that's easier for you.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay then. That's a damn good rifle.
Yeah.
But you still get penalties.
So I get 1 penalty for the first shot and 2 penalties for the other 2.
No, it would just be one each. That's more for automated fire.
All right. So, that's fail. That's a fail. And that's a pass.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
Well, it can still dodge.
Yeah, it is a regular
And
pass.
fails. Yep, roll your damage.
Damage is 11.
Okay, yeah. So it definitely just stops moving at this point. It's pretty much, it's like again, like if a balloon or something was deflated to the point it's just almost like liquid with this sort of flat film going on, and these tendrils, they almost kind of reach out really taut towards the 3 of you, but then they just slowly start shrinking back in to the point where they just flop down on the stairs. At which point, as that happens, you suddenly hear the sound of a large stone shifting as if scraping across more stone. Coming from, I guess, your right, the entire wall, and it almost starts disintegrating or dissipating or something, but you still hear this really almost deafening grinding of stone. And suddenly you feel a breeze and you see a glimpse of outside, obviously from high up because you're in this mountain and presumably fairly near the top. And Annie, you hear this as well from where you are, and everyone on the ground is looking up. And yeah, this huge doorway is just opening in the side of the mountain, and these grand steps just start materializing, going from this opening where you are, the three of you, down to the ground where Annie, the cultist who is, and so on. And then something else starts materializing. It's pretty much covering, in terms of height, the entirety of this conical mountain. You see the legs appear first, these huge, almost metal-looking mandibles, very, very sharp-looking, that sink a little bit into the ground and puncture it. As it goes up further, this huge rippled body kind of slithering appears, and these huge claws also start materializing in front of you, along with this ginormous tendril tongue with all these little jagged points in it. And a huge scream erupts from this thing. Let me show you first who you've inadvertently attracted. But then I need all of you to be rolling me sanity, please.
There's a shop.
For fuck's sake, mate.
Daddy is not pleased.
Oh, for
Include me as
fuck's
well.
sake.
No, actually, no. It's still within your bout of madness, so you're okay for now, Charles.
And it is as big as the mountain.
It's as big as the mountain, yes.
Shit.
Oh, fuck, we're goners. Oh, fuck, how much do I have now? Oh, no.
I passed.
Ooh.
Oh, actually,
Ooh.
Pranit, if you lose any more, you're going to be definitely insane anyway.
It's a 7.
It's a pass. Okay, that's much
But
better.
I believe I'm losing still, so...
You're still going to have a bout of madness, yeah, but you're potentially still going to be alive at the end of this.
I'm not losing another D20.
Perry, what did you get?
I've got a 16.
So is that a pass as well?
That is a definite pass. Sanity's 86.
Annie, what did you get?
I passed.
Are you serious? The three of you pass against Nyarlathotep. Fucking fuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
I failed, by the way, but I have no idea what's going on, so it doesn't matter.
We're still losing at least a D10.
You still might get bouts of madness, so let's see what happens. Okay. Annie, you lose 8. Can I have an intelligence roll, please?
Oh, for fuck's sake. And she passed.
For fuck's sake, Perry. Can you lose me 2 sanity?
Yep.
Maybe it's because you're slightly obscure because you're inside the mountain. And Pranit, you lose 7. So I mean, you're still going to go insane anyway. But again, to see how much you lose. Okay, so Annie, how was your intelligence? By the looks of it, you failed.
I hard passed it, but I don't know why I'm making one.
Because you lost 8 in total.
Right.
It
So
is materializing outside of the mountain, so you're able to see it too.
Yeah, but why is 8 the issue?
Because if you lose 5 or more, you can have a bout of madness if you pass your
I see. So, right, okay.
All right. Annie and Pranit, can you roll me D100s, please?
Hundreds.
D100s, yeah, we're going to use this. Glorious.
37.
45.
I've lost 7 so far tonight.
You've lost 9 so far today, because you lost a bit in last session.
Last session, yes, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. That's actually quite nice. Okay, so play this how you want, but basically for Annie, you basically suffer delusions to try and cope with what's in front of you. You've obviously never seen anything like this. Okay, there's Byakhee, and you understand that, but as you see this huge thing in front of you, you maybe try and start changing its form or turn it into something else in your head to try and cope with it. What is it that it becomes, or what do you see?
It is just the mountain is. It's a big tree actually because it's moving. It can't be a mountain. It's just a really big tree. I didn't know they came that big. Maybe the Vikings were onto something. Why is it a tree?
Yeah, and you're kind of stopping, pondering, and also where on earth it came from. Maybe it just grew out of the ground really quick. Maybe the soil
Well,
is
there's weird foliage in this area, like the grass is strange and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. As for Pranit, yours is to do with your treasured possessions. So I know you have a few. Basically, you latch onto a treasured possession that you're carrying, or you can compulsively try to gain access to the most readily available one. So obviously, you've got your 5Ks. You might treat your Sword of Akmala as well as a treasured possession by now. But what do you do?
Well, I'm falling to my knees with my saber in my hand and just cuddling it and crying because I don't know what to do, basically.
Okay.
So my saber will probably help me, as my fate has done so many times during the war, etc. But I don't see the point anymore.
Okay, cool. Again, you can still act. You know, you're not completely helpless, all of you, but this is something that comes into how you feel, of course. So what I'm going to do at this point is basically just merge you all together, like inside and out. Given there's this doorway now.
I thought you were saying, "No, I'm going to
Right,
murder
right.
everybody."
No, right. No. See, when we're playing Call of Cthulhu and dealing with cosmic horror and that sort of thing, never use the phrase "mergers all together." I had a terrible body horror hybrid image suddenly come into my head there.
Yes. Okay, we're going to carry on in order at the minute. So Charles, you would actually be next on the list.
My instinct at this point is to run like the bloody wind, but I want to at least try and drag some of my friends out with me.
Okay.
We
basically
need
got
to go.
Two options. Given how big this creature is, you can't see the whole thing at this point, although you heard it scream and you saw its legs coming out. It's basically bestraddling these steps. There's plenty of room underneath that you could run through down the steps, or you can go back the way you came down the tunnel.
Down the tunnel. I want to sort of grab Pranit and Perry and sort of, get them moving as well. This is, we gotta go. We are way out of our depth.
Okay. I mean, the two of you can stop him if you want, but I'm assuming that you'll be fairly okay with that, especially with Pranit at the minute.
Yeah, I think we've got our own problems.
Okay, so you usher them or half kind of grab them by the shirt maybe to come out with you. So you start getting them down.
Need to go. Come on. Come on. This place is decidedly unfriendly.
Indeed. Okay. Right. So those can all go away. Well, actually, the cultists technically went before you, but it's fine because what happens is when their great lord and master of the world appears, they basically, whether they're half bleeding out, whether a limb is missing, they just start immediately falling to their knees in utter euphoria and pleasure to see their god, and just start gesticulating and praising him. You hear, even from where you are in the mountain, there's this weird sense of amplification of sound as you hear what's left of the cultists go, Nya Shathan, Nya Gashana, and it's just echoing and echoing around the mountain. So we are going back up to actually what is who gonna do? And what the Byakhee's gonna do? Actually, Annie, can you give me a power roll for your Byakhees? Because I'm just wondering if they're still gonna do what you say at this point.
Yeah, I passed that.
Okay.
And no, see, I think that's Yggdrasil. Then the Vikings were right. So maybe I should Viking. I need to pillage. That's what I need to do. I need to take their stuff.
Okay. Both the Byakhees failed their power rolls, so you still have them under your command. Lucky you. Okay, cool. So who is... I mean, she's not going to go too close to Nyarlathotep, but she is going to at least like back away a little bit. You can try and get her to move forward again on the next turn, but her intention is basically to, get a couple more, pick up a couple more, get some fill, and then potentially run away.
Yeah, I'm leaping off of who because I'm now going for the cultist stuff.
Okay, cool. No worries. We'll get to you in a second, but basically we're going to go back up to the top and just go down. So it is the... Oh, actually, no, it's not, because we've got loaded guns and stuff. So it is... It is still Perry first at top of initiative.
Okay, so we've been pulled along by Charles down the passage.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a good mile long, if you remember, or like a mile and a half. If you're wanting to get out quick, then I'm going to need a con roll from you.
Okay, yeah. We'll try and get it quick. This is going back into the first chamber we're in with the...
Yeah, so it's kind of a long snaking bend that just slowly goes downhill.
Okay. Yeah, you're a con roll. Con is 70. And that is 78.
78. Is that a fail?
That is a fail by 8.
Yeah, you don't know what it is, but maybe it's what you've seen, but you feel this exhaustion just pass over you, and you really try with all your might, but you can't help panting away.
Yeah, just got to catch for breath.
Rushing and staggering down this tunnel. You're still running, it's fine, but in terms of how long you take and things. Okay, next up is it's going to be the soldiers down below. So let's see if they're going to run away. Oh my god. Okay. They're not going to run away. They're in huge shock at seeing this thing, but they literally lost 2 sanity on seeing the bloody tongue. I don't believe this.
These fuckers.
I know, you're hard as nails. Speaking of which, we've got Nails and Sam next, so let's see as well if they're going to... oh, maybe not. Yes, so Sam is fail and Nails is pass. Okay. So Sam, you see from where you are, Annie, he just drops his gun and rushes forward towards this huge tree. Arms outstretched like this, as if it wants to maybe hug it or embrace it or something, and starts screaming in pleasure and happiness as he does so. So he's running across. With Nails, let's see how much he loses. Oh, okay. Okay, Nails is... Ooh, actually, let's see what he does on here. Just for lols. 74. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you hear him shout at the top of his lungs, "China! I must go back to China right now!" And he just runs off down the hill. Doesn't take anything with him. He just runs in whatever he thinks the direction of China is at the minute. Okay. So then it is the bloody tongue. So, what is the bloody tongue going to do? I have decisions to make. There's no one super close to him yet at the moment. So what he's going to do, there are some cultists that are moving closer. So he is going to just step with one leg, and the entire ground starts quaking around him. And again, even from where you are up in the tunnels, you feel the tremors as he moves. But then he starts reaching down, and you think with the intent, Annie, of well, this tree is getting a branch and scooping people up. And again, more screams are emitting in pleasure from these people. Yep. Oh yeah, easy. So he scoops up two of them with these huge claws, and he just looks at them as if to think what to do with them. And then they just disappear. They just gobble up inside this tree, just getting stuffed in. And again, more pleasurable screams emit from on the cultists as they die in the possibly best way they'll ever go in terms of their mind. So as he's doing that, okay, now it is it's Annie.
Well, I'm stealing cultist belongings like a good Viking.
Okay, so are you doing it from like the just where the groups were rather than go right up to this tree? Because
Well, yeah, where the people were, because their stuff.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
stealing their stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, there's a few nice bits of clothing, a few nice dresses, things like that might fit you. It's rather nice.
Excellent. I want it all. I'm going to be the best Viking ever. I have seen Yggdrasil.
A few pangas with sort of a rather crude-looking blade on the end. Excuse me. What else might they have? A few of them have masks and things in their possession with these tongues protruding out from, if they'd worn it here, it would be protruding out like this. Others just simply red rags of sorts.
That's great. What I really need is a longboat. I have to go to the coast.
You know that you're pretty far away from the coast. In fact, you're as far away from the coast as possible.
Okay, it won't be today.
Maybe if it flooded here, then you'd be by the coast.
How could I arrange that?
Okay, while you're thinking about that, the Byakhee are next. So basically, however you want them to, what do you want them to do?
Create the sea.
Create the sea. Okay. They are going to fly straight up into the clouds.
Maybe it's working. They've gone to the clouds to generate the rain. Yes! I need a boat. There won't be one around here. I'll have to make it. I shall make it out of Yggdrasil.
Oh, good.
It'll be the best boat ever.
That's going to go so well. Okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask. Can you make me a jump roll in terms of getting off who? Because she's still moving back.
Just trying to find jump. I missed it by 5. I could spend luck if it's important.
It's mainly to see if you lose any damage, but it is fairly soft ground.
Well,
so
if it's going to
very
be
much-
damaged, then I'll spend the luck. 'Cause seriously,
Okay,
game
problem.
cripples you in so many ways.
no problem. Actually, you just lose 1 damage. The ground is soft, but you do feel a little bit of a bang on your shoulders. It's quite not a throw, but you are jostled off a little bit and then have to jump off uncontrollably. So yeah, she backs away. She tries to look away from this huge creature. Sees a couple more cultists that are just completely deep in prayer or something, and just easily gets them with her tongue for the taking and just legs it away. The cultists who are left, they're either kind of on the ground again in this prayer position, or they're getting up to the steps now. So they're looking up at this great god, pleading as if they want to be eaten as well, or something similar. Okay. So. Oh, actually, I didn't do the soldiers. Silly me. So the soldiers are fine. Yes, the soldiers are fine. So the soldiers are actually going to do some shots. So, oh, I did read how this worked, but I can't remember. Right. So what's their thing with the thickness 50? Okay. So, right. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, they do shoot twice. Okay, so okay. Ooh, is there? Oh, okay. So basically, they try and shoot kind of going up, since it's such a big target, so going up the body, up to the tongue. And yeah, some bullets do indeed go in Mr. Nyar, which he's obviously not very pleased about. So let's see his HP. There we go. Okay, but we are back up to the top with...
You missed me, mate.
I did. I'm so sorry.
And me.
And you. Fuck. It's because they're on 2 different tables. I'm so sorry. Okay. Right, Pranit. You're kind of being
lagging
dragged
it.
away. You're lagging
Yeah,
it. Can you
I'm
give me a
lagging
roll,
it as
please?
Harry was doing.
Yep.
Success.
Okay, yeah. So you can kind of help Perry along. You can hear him panting a bit, but you're fine as you are. Charles, can I have the same for you, please?
Also legging it.
Yep.
I'm legging it at an extreme pace.
Okay, yeah, fine. So you're basically just pulling Perry along. No problem at all. So the downhill also helps. So what I'll say is that as the soldiers are trying to shoot up, you hear the sound of rapid gunfire, and the sound of another howl, a great howl. You get to the bottom, and you start seeing what is left in terms of things in front of you. Basically, yeah, as I said, the cultists are either just running towards this huge monster, or they're on the floor in prayer and praise. Who has started turning around as if to run away, you think? Sam is also one of these people who are running towards the creature. Nails has gone off in whose direction? Annie has started to just nick everything for some weird reason from piles of clothing or bags or whatever, and then you hear her shout to these creatures that are in her control, "Make it rain," and they shoot up to the skies. So that's what you hear when you get back down. Now going back up to the top, because that's when I missed you. Perry, you are next.
Okay, when we get back to the big chamber,
You're basically already through. Unless
oh,
you
we're through the other chamber. Okay, we'll get back onto the ledge. Is that passable then down to the plain?
Oh yeah, it's still passable. But yeah, because the others have pulled you along and they've been pretty much sprinting, you've already got to a point where you can see what's happening down below.
Okay, can we have we got a clear route? Can we make it down to the plane then? Okay.
Yeah. There's no one there anymore on the.
Okay,
on
yeah,
that.
that's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to carry on straight down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try and tie it with the soldiers, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, basically same.
Okay. Coolio. Just gonna make a couple of rolls. Ooh. In fact, I'll make it for. Oh, okay, right. Annie and Charles, give Listen a tick if it's not already. From where you are, you hear the sound of more singing, although not the kind of horrible, disturbing style singing or the chanting or anything like that. It sounds like local call and answer style music or song. You hear it in Kikuyu, Annie. Maybe it's the Vikings, but you hear the sound of them. They're singing something, and you can kind of hear that even if you don't speak Kikuyu, the words do repeat every so often. And they're coming from where Who and Nails have run away. So you think from further down the mountain, although you can't see what it is yet.
How much longer am I thinking this thing's a tree?
Oh yeah, I didn't roll rounds. Oh, actually, you start coming to your senses, and you're starting to see what it really is. However, before you is Pranit.
So basically, how far am I from her?
So you're on that ledge before
so
you
we have.
go down, so
Okay.
you can see everything, and you can see Annie, but you're not anywhere near her at this point.
Okay, I keep lagging it towards the plateau,
Okay, cool.
the meadow, whatever that was.
Yep. Okay. Right. The soldiers are next. So again, I got them in the wrong order as well. So they're going to take some more shots at this ginormous thing in front of them. Oh. Okay. We'll be laying it down the mountain when he comes.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I'm thinking.
They've done better. What was that? Half. So 2. Okay, so not many there. 4 and okay, so not as many as before, but still okay. So they get more shots of this rapid fire. Again, it's a big target, so maybe that's why they got the upper hand. But it is starting to come towards them. However, Sam does reach it first, to which, as this huge creature starts stepping forward, you see its arm come back, or rather its other arm. The other one has got 2 cultists wrapped in its grasp, and the other one you think is going to just slap Sam out of the way in the next few seconds. But before then is Annie. So yeah, you're coming to your senses as you see that happening.
Oh, wait, no. Right, okay. That was crazy of me. Now, is the Maxim firing?
Yeah, that was the Maxim that the soldiers were using.
Okay. Well, that's about the only thing on the continent at the moment that's likely to affect it, short of magic. I'm going to make sure Woo's okay.
Okay,
what am I going to do? Shoot it with a derringer? So, no, I'll go and check Woo.
Remember what happened last time you tried that? So you rush off towards Who. So you're doing that. Okay, who is? Oh, okay, it is the bloody tongue next. So the bloody tongue is going to just basically squeeze the 2 cultists in its left hand and just at Sam. I'm going to roll anyway, just in case he happens to miss. But oh no, he certainly doesn't. Sam goes flying about 100 feet, and those of you up top can see him just flying off into the distance above the trees and just crashing down into them. Okay, and then it's gonna try and lash out with its tongue as well at others that are getting closer. And yeah, that is a hit. damage on that. Oh Jesus. Okay, there's not really a point in rolling for that, is there? No, there isn't, because it would at least be a major wound. Okay, so you hear basically the three of you up near the top of this viewpoint. You feel the rocks tremor underneath your feet as this huge tongue smashes into the side near you, and you hear this like squelching sound as various people are just taken up by this huge tendril and slammed against the wall beneath you.
Oh, bloody hell!
And basically, he's going to start scooping up more, battering some away, eating some more, things like that. Next is the Byakhee. Yes. Oh yeah, of course they've gone up into the clouds. There's a ripple, a little ripple, like a shiny ripple that starts appearing in the clouds, and a slight, well, not slight, but a distant sound of thunder is heard. The sound of the singing, by the way, is getting louder. Who is still running off, as is Nails, and the cultists, those that are left, which are not many, they're basically just going to carry on heading up towards their lord and master. So, I haven't missed anybody. No, Charles. There's Charles still left. So, Charles, are you legging it with the others as well?
I'm legging it. If there was any thought to stopping that tongue squelching people against the side of the mountain, has, if anything, sped me up.
Okay. So, the three of you get down to the bottom, and given the exposed area, you're kind of worried that this thing is going to either see you or you're going to get caught up in one of its limbs or whatever. But you hear the singing get louder, and actually, Annie, given you're running back, you see this first. You see before you, just slowly coming up the hill, you think over 100 people, local people, Kikuyu, Nandi, Maasai, and they're all singing. You hear that it's like a song in prayer to Ngai, and they're getting louder and louder and louder, and kind of building up this cacophony. You think maybe to drive whatever it is behind you away.
I'm going to join in with them then.
Okay, awesome. You actually notice in the front, sort of the front, but in the center, you see, firstly, there's Kenyatta, who's with everyone, but also you see 4 people who are carrying Bundari on like a mat of sorts, so just carrying him like this. But you see he's in a deep trance. He doesn't care for anything at all around him, and it's a little bit worrying because you've seen him in a trance, before and all that, but it almost looks like he's not there at all, as if he's just a body, just a shell possibly, or if he is still there, only just. But as that's going on, and again, the rest of him where you are, hear the singing. The Bloody Tongue, who is rather mad at this point, has also heard the singing, but sees the 3 of you trying to run, wide past it. It is going to try and sweep you with its tongue. You can give me dodge rolls, of course.
That all of us?
That won't be enough. Hopefully it will. Oh, fuck it, I'm spending...
I'm going to spend 4 points of luck to make that a pass.
No, I'm spending 2. I don't have enough to make it a hard pass.
Okay. Perry?
Fumble.
Oh, shit!
Okay. Well, fortunately for you, Perry, it also fumbled. However, given how big it is, what I'll say is that it kind of just kind of takes out some trees as well. In terms of the others, how much are your dodge rolls?
Uh,
Mine is
how
a
much?
40.
How much is our skill? I have
Yeah,
68.
68. Okay. Yeah. So basically, whilst you get clear of the tongue, some more so than others, so you don't get immediate contact with it. It takes out all these tops of trees just above you, and huge branches start raining down on each of you. So, yep,
Oh.
in just a moment, I will do a smoke break, no problem.
Bloody tongue!
So, yep, okay. Okay, so Perry and Charles, you lose 5, and Pranit, you lose 4
Oh, fuck. Hit points, that is.
hit points. Yes.
Right. I was sitting at 1.
You were sitting at 1, yeah.
Oh,
So that is because you've still got a major wound. You're going to
Yeah.
go unconscious for that.
Do I need to make a
are you?
combo?
Yes, make a con roll to see if you go. Oh, actually, no. Of course, I'm getting this mixed up with D&D. You've reached 0, so yeah, you do fall unconscious. But yes, I need you to make me a con roll, please.
Fail. Am I allowed to put luck on that?
Yeah, you can put luck on. Yeah.
In
got
that
enough?
case, I'm going to spend 6 points of luck to make it a pass.
I thought you were going to say like you needed like 40 something. Okay, so it's a pass. So, okay, so the other two, you keep moving, but you feel huge bits of branches, even like other like coconuts and things, just really hard battering you. But then you realize Charles has fallen behind. He actually falls to the floor. You think another bit of tree has come down on him. Do you go back?
I'm going to stop.
Of course I do.
Okay. Okay, so you go back. And then what happens? And again, I will do a smoke break in just a second. The singing gets louder, but also, especially from where you are, Annie, you're trying to follow along as much as possible with the words and so on. But then you start hearing something else, another chant, one that you've never heard before. And it seems to be coming from the mountain itself. And also from where you are, Annie, you see a little bit of life come back into Bunday. He lifts his head up to the clouds and his eyes open, and they are just white, complete white as pearl, and with a kind of a sheen effect, and it gleams. And you hear the sound of Ama, Sama, Teo, Sama, and it just repeats and again reverberates all around the mountain, echoes around. And the ground starts feeling soft, really soft. And you start smelling iron, like really wafting. And the bloody tongue as well is looking concerned at this. It starts looking around, and this large stone appears above it. And you see, those of you who are looking, blood is pouring down from this stone that seems to have an eye etched within it, almost like a teardrop, but it's just continuously flowing. And as the chanting gets louder and louder, Bunday actually starts twitching where he's sitting. The others around him are quite worried, but Kenyatta is insistent that nobody touches him. And the bloody tongue starts retreating. It starts to back away, almost inside the mountain, tries to squeeze back in, and it sends this horrendous screeching across the plain. And then its legs go back in, its arms, its huge tongue that slithers around, maybe tries to get a last few for its taking that are in its way, before it disappears back in altogether. And then the chanting stops. The ground is no longer soft. It starts getting fertile with real plants and trees. You hear the sound of birds singing and cawing, even a little bit of roaring, you think maybe from a mountain lion some distance away. And just for a moment, everyone is in awe of what has just happened. And let's take a break.
Ooh. Wow.
Psych.
Well, losing 2 sand to Nyarlathotep is a pretty good achievement.
Yeah, those fuckers.
Ooh, I can't believe we got away with that.
Could have
Yeah.
been way worse.
Oh, yeah. You've all moved around. Let's put you back. And... Wait. I think that was where you were. I realised at the end of, not the end, at the start of this session that I didn't make a newspaper thing, which I normally do for each end of chapter. So it's going to have to wait until next time. But never mind.
I've got a good idea what the headline should be. However, I don't think it's a headline any respectable newspaper would ever carry.
Mhm.
I believe the headline rhymes with clucking bell.
Bit too crude for Natalie's Daily Star, or Nairobi Star even.
Evil manifestation beaten by choral tribute of Kumbaya.
Mhm.
Someone's bloody tongue is swinging Kumbaya.
Yep.
We'll stop him with our singing Kumbaya.
Oh, I've not seen these comments. Hello and bye for Duke. Hello, Michael B, for dropping in. And Matteo, I think you know damn well how it's going at the minute. He left that
Really good.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's been kind of intense. Haven't really been able to sort of,
Okay,
We've
so
we've done a fair bit of running away recently.
yes, you have. So you're out of initiative. It has actually started to get dark. I did forgot to mention this because, of course, you'd also travelled that day. And for those of you who are still conscious, you realise quite well, either curiously, concerningly, or whatever. It's a full moon that's rising.
Oh no.
Oh, because it was meant to be a new moon, wasn't it?
And Annie, from where you are, Bundari's eyes stop glowing, and he stops shaking, and then just keels over and collapses off his mat onto the ground.
Are you okay?
There's no answer from him. People start coming in at that point and trying to help as well.
I mean, I'm assuming he's dead, but... Bandari! Wake up, man!
So Kenyatta explains he told me that he needed to do something very important. And it looks like that he has done it, whatever it is. I still cannot believe what I am seeing, or what has happened here, and why there is a full moon rising right now.
Oh, I just seriously hope it doesn't flood.
It started spitting very, very lightly, but it's not raining like you expected it to. During your Yggdrasil moment. So, quickly going back to Charles, etc. So, Charles, you are still alive because you passed your con roll. However, you still need urgent medical attention. So, does anybody want to do first aid or anything like that on him?
Can I do blessing of Bast on
Yes.
Charles?
If you've still got enough magic points, then yes, you can.
I do, because it only took 3 away.
The only thing I worry about here is
Four.
that Bast is going to say, "Not him again."
Please, not him.
Seriously,
But it's not-
seriously, we
One
gave.
heal per
I-
customer.
It's not for me.
No, I mean, the last time you did it was for me about 20 minutes ago.
Mhm.
Okay.
Bast might turn around and say, no, he had it once.
Make your power roll then.
But it's a cat, so you never know.
Mhm.
Power 65. Which is I'm very sorry, that's a 92.
Okay. You hear the sound of it, and nothing happens. You don't feel the usual healing power coming out. You think that she has had enough of him. As you said.
Can I attempt a first aid check
You certainly can.
to stabilize my friend? Hopefully. No. I'm sorry.
You can try and push. Although you know what happens if you fail.
Yeah, I know. Isn't anybody willing to lend me a hand?
Well, yes, I'll recover from my.
Yeah,
my,
fortunately for you, the spell's instantaneous, so yes, I'll be nice and say that you can now help him.
Okay,
You
so
get a
I'm
bonus
pushing
die,
it.
but you can't spend any luck.
Yeah, that's a regular pass then.
Okay, so with Perry's help, I reiterate that very, very much, you do manage to stabilize Charles, but he's still going to need to see a doctor or get to hospital or something. Since I don't believe either of you have medicine or medical training or anything. So, yeah, you feel him breathing. He is just about there. And you manage to obviously move the tree off him and get him into a better position and hold his arm that's, you think maybe his shoulder's dislocated, something like that.
I'd rather suggest we just get the hell out of here. But
Yeah, the skeletons are coming around as well a bit.
there's something I wanted to do at the site where the Carlyle expedition disappeared before we go.
Okay.
Oh,
You
you
gotta
wanted
go
to do
past
the Bernie thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless this chant restored the place, the site as well, and the corpses now are rotting. If they're not, I'm burning them.
Okay. We shall have to see. Although, yeah, it is getting dark at the minute. By the time you get, if you're going to go back to the site, it will be dark by that point. So you'll need light sources and things, even with the full moon.
I do believe we have something, though. Don't we?
Do we have torches? 'Cause we took something into the mountain with us, didn't we?
I honestly can't remember.
I do believe we bought some sort of lanterns.
Yeah, maybe you did. That does ring a bell, but I've got this other Children of Fear game in my head when it comes to lanterns, so I literally can't remember. So, I mean, you've got the soldiers as well, or what's left of them. Which actually, apart from Nails and Sam, you've still got them all. They've kept their distance away, and they've just been using the Gatling guns, so they're okay. If quite shaken. You see a few of them getting, hit flasks out and so on.
I'm sure they would have something with them.
Sam was yeeted all the way across the meadow, while Nails just decided wanted to go back to China. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So I just say we get our men and just be on our merry way. If there isn't anything you want to do here.
I don't think there's anything left to do here.
Okay. Annie, Kenyatta and the others are very hospitable, and they check you as well to make sure that you're okay. They do offer to not escort, but guide you back to the village and maybe get a witch doctor in and so on to help with any healing that needs to be done. If that's what you want to do. You don't have to, of course.
I'm all good. I'm not hurt.
They still kind of pat you down quite intrusively and check you over and so on, and then they start going off to any bodies that are left and things like that. Okay. So it is dark. It's on the evening of Monday. You can walk back if you want, but you have also walked a whole day. So you've done a lot of walking. So it's going to take a while. Or you could maybe get a bit of rest. Although actually, if you're talking mechanic-wise, that's not really going to make any difference to you because all of you, apart from Annie, have major wounds. So it won't make a difference in that regard, but it's up to you. The area here certainly feels much safer. Again, lots of fertile ground now, lovely blades of grass swaying in the nightly breeze.
After that, I'm not sure we could continue. I think we probably would have to rest.
Yeah. Are we resting here then?
I don't think I'm going to be in a position to walk, let alone anything else. I'm pretty much unconscious, aren't I? I mean, I'm alive, but
yeah, you're stabilized.
Yeah.
So yeah, whether you're unconscious or not, you're not really able to do anything. You're not really mobile.
All right, so we can rest here and leave first thing in the morning tomorrow.
Did we win?
Surprisingly, yes, we did.
For now.
Hooray! All these bloody wounds haven't been for naught then.
So the villagers are, they're not going to make you come back with them if you don't want. So if you'd rather camp up here, then you can.
I'm going to head back to the village. Where's Wu? Who
has basically run off. And in fact, you haven't really heard her stomping around for some time, and you actually wonder if she's now shrunk back to original form and maybe disappeared into the trees.
I'm going to spend the night looking for who then.
Okay. Yeah, you can if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the rest of you set up on the plateau, and for a while it kind of takes you a bit to calm down, just because of obviously what you've just been through. But you do start to relax a bit. Annie, give me a luck roll.
It's always luck.
To be fair, there are a few luck rolls in this. This is the first one I've actually just made up.
07.
Okay, so you do indeed find her, and she is back to original form, and she's scuttling around trying to get a couple of flies and things in this branch.
Let me help you. Whack!
Oh, I thought you were whacking her for a minute. I'm thinking, well, that's
no
different. Okay. Yeah, she just looks up at you with chameleon delight and
Yay! His cage.
okay, yeah, she does get in the cage.
Yay!
By the way, I looked it up. There is an animal handling skill in Call of Cthulhu. It's just apparently uncommon. But I knew I wasn't imagining things. It is a thing. Okay, so you get her up easily. It does take you a few hours to find her, but yeah, you find her.
Mhm.
Are you planning to head back to the others? Are you planning to go to the village?
Once I've found her, I'll go to the village.
Okay. So as you head back to the village, you take a more direct route back to Ndovu, but you notice the more you walk, it's tricky going because again you're tired, but you're seeing that everywhere now is much more fertile, more lush. In fact, there's a little bit of a laugh from a few groups when they realize, oh, we need to watch out for snakes again, sort of thing, or we need to watch out for this. Oh, isn't that funny? So they kind of tell you as well, just to kind of keep with the group and things. But it's such a big group that not much really bothers you. And then, you get back to the village. There are some celebrations, actually. Again, the ground here it's like a meadow again. It's not kind of either spongy or all churned up soil or anything like that. It's as it used to be, you think.
Mhm.
And they very much, of course, are grateful that you helped and things, and that you were there to try and fend off this great evil god. So they give you food, drink, and so on. They even go out hunting, especially for this occasion, even though it's the middle of the night, for wild boar and so on. So it's proper special stuff for them. For those of you not so luxurious in your food and lodgings, you do get a bit of stillness in the night for a change. Again, apart from things like a bit of bird song, which actually is a bit weird given it's the middle of the night, but there is some bird song. There's no evil animals or beasts at all around here. And as morning comes, you realize that the mountain as well has changed shape a little bit. It's still very conical, but it doesn't have this horrible, eerie blackness over it. It's much more light in color, with, again, much more natural looking. But you do now see this eye, this carved eye now in much better view. Doesn't seem to be any blood in it anymore, but you do see it's definitely an eye that's carved into just a slab of slate that you think was either put up there or something, but it's up there, and it definitely wasn't there before.
Does that look anything like the seal we had? We had part of a seal, didn't it? Does that
The half
pattern
seal.
sort of-
It was half of a seal. It might well be. It's shaped differently. It's not like the Eye of Horus sort of shape with the kind of the eyebrow thing, but it's definitely an eye. And one thing that you do notice is that both the half stone that you had and this one, there's this kind of crevice or cup in the pupil where you think the blood can go into, wherever this blood came from anyway. So it can just sit in there and then drip down as it overflows.
So that could be him sealed in then for until someone silly enough to break the slab.
Okay.
We'll tell the village people not to, stay off the mountain still, not to go anywhere near it. So people don't interfere with that thing.
Yeah. Are the three of you still planning to go via the massacre site first before you get back to the village?
If that's what Pranit wants to do.
Yeah, I'd rather do so, yes.
I think under the circumstances, I might wait behind in the village. I don't think I'm going to be doing much moving unless absolutely required.
Perry, are you staying with Pranit, or are you going to go on ahead to the village as well?
If Charles needs helping back to the village, are you worried by yourself, Pranit, or you don't know if Charles can make it by himself?
No, I believe I will be fine. I just need to chant for 6 hours.
Okay. Well, if we don't hear from you
It's
within a few
fine.
hours, I'll send a couple of soldiers back to look after you anyway.
It's fine.
So I'll help Charles the rest of the way to the village.
Yeah. Some soldiers can stay behind and kind of, sit and guard to help you, Pranit. That's fine. Excuse me. This beer's very gassy. Okay, so Perry, you help get Charles back, and a few soldiers come with you as well, and take him on a makeshift stretcher and things. They just chop down a few branches and stuff and string them together to help him, put him on, and you head on back. And Pranit, you go to the massacre site, which you vaguely remember where it is now. It is still pretty much the same. Maybe a little better than it was, but it's still very black. And from where you are when you're at the edge, you can't quite see if the bodies are indeed rotting as your theory or not.
Yeah, so I think I'll be getting closer. And what I want to know is if the soldiers have some sort of metal helmet,
Oh.
like a World War thing that I can use as a brazier.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I'm checking if the corpses are rotting. If they're not, I am using one of their helmets as a brazier in order to start the ritual.
Okay. As you get closer, you realize that the ground is a bit better than it was, but the body's definitely still not rotting. And you think that maybe because it's been in such a state for so long that it's not going to instantly go away, even with what's happened with the mountain.
All right. So I'm giving it an head start.
Okay. Do you have to roll anything for this? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't recall. I don't believe it was a power roll before, because it was already asking me 6 hours to cast.
It is the Enchantment Living Flame.
Feel free to correct me, of course.
No, you don't need to roll anything to cast it specifically, but you do lose some sanity at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So it costs you 6 magic points as well.
Okay, I got them.
You are indefinitely insane, actually.
Yes.
Okay, what I'll say is that you cast it. It does take you the 6 hours, and you're invoking Cthulhu and its fire through this brazier, and it just starts spreading. But of course, you're completely unharmed. Starts spreading around, and it crackles in the sponginess, and you can smell it burning away. You think that it's definitely having some effect, and you think it will at least speed it up. But you still don't think it will necessarily get rid of it altogether. And
I actually just wanted to burn the corpses, not the blackness in the ground.
oh, okay.
Of course, I cannot burn it.
Okay, fine. Yeah, the corpses do burn. Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, I'll say that some of the ground does start burning up a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm. So,
however,
yeah.
Let's see how much sanity you lose. Okay, you lose 2. However, you still go through a bout of madness. So, can you roll me a d100, please?
I started this day at 73 sanity. Now I am at 47.
Ouch.
Just for you to know. It's a
you.
38.
38. Okay. So you remember that you've got your 5K still, your sword and your comb and so on, and you feel like you need to not only count each bristle and each nick of the blade, but you need to do that for quite some time. You're basically obsessing over your treasure possessions, and that will be something that kind of comes back on impulse, given that you're indefinitely insane. So I'll say that you do it for a few hours more. So by that point, the day is almost over before you actually get back to the village, to which, Annie, you've had a very pleasant sleep and a fairly pleasant day of relaxing. You're not weighted on hand and foot, but if you need anything, they're happy to help with it.
And undoubtedly, I'm exchanging war stories with them about what just happened.
Kenyatta actually asks for a word with you at an opportune moment. And he says, I did not want to say in front of the others, but I know that you went to Bundari and I know that you exchanged certain things with him. When he told me he had to do this important thing, I knew that he was going to die, or at least pass on from this place. But I have this feeling that what he did was not everything, that the evil is not finished. It may be finished here, but not elsewhere.
That's correct.
Will you be able to defeat this evil?
Oh, I can't answer that, but I'll certainly be trying.
Well, if you need anything before you go, if you are going, then let me know. You are more than welcome, of course, to stay in Kenya, and I am hoping that thanks to this, it will simply strengthen relationships between us and the locals with each other as well. And I'm hoping to do great things in the near future with this country.
I hope so too. But I feel my path is taking me on to Shanghai next.
Shanghai? Why
Yes.
Shanghai?
I've heard rumors of some more cult activity out there, and also all of this ties into Carlyle and his expedition. One of his members was, well, there was this cult was trying to deal with one of the members of that expedition who left the expedition when it all got evil. So I don't know if he's still alive, but he was last seen in Shanghai.
And you wish to find him?
I wish to try.
Very well. Well, I hope that it is not a wild goose chase, as you say, in Britain. But again, if
I know the cult's there. A particularly powerful lady heads it up. I don't know her name yet, but she's head of some powerful organization out there. I'm pretty sure that's the cult.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with anything over there. I have been focused on what is here. But
I'm a little confused by the moon, though.
I am trying not to think about it. It is not natural. I know it was supposed to be a no moon tonight. That it was supposed to be darkness. But what I am at least grateful for, if there are still cultists in this area, they like to take people and kill people when it is dark. So they will not be doing that tonight.
No, I killed a lot of them. And Wu here did her bit too.
The chameleon, I have seen that before. From Bundari.
Yes.
It is just a pity that that he cannot help you further. He, whatever he did, he put the last of all his energy into it. It seems like
to do the trick.
Yes, whatever it was. I don't know what you told him, but it helped, I imagine.
Well, it was really just what I knew about this cult, and, well, they're dealt with now, at least here. But they're a worldwide organization. The group I'm with have faced them in Peru, in New York, and in London too. And
Well,
some other town in England I forget the name of every time it comes up. And and Egypt, I seem to recall, was one of their stories.
I wonder if Bunday caused that moon somehow.
Well,
Certainly.
let's hope so.
Certainly, when I have spoken to him, he does not seem to have any concept of time in our way.
This is true. Yes, he did
And that
come across that way.
That strange chanting, I do not know what it was meaning. It is not Kikuyu, it is not anything that I have heard. But it doesn't sound like them, the evil groups.
Yes, they have a particular way of speaking. It sounds like everything's full of apostrophes.
I see. Yes, this chant that I heard a little, it definitely sounded purer or simpler, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, maybe in Shanghai, you will find out more.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Perry and, well, mainly Perry rather than Charles, but are you doing anything whilst you're in the village? You have seen Kenyatta and Annie talking privately. But apart from that, you're very much left to your own devices. Pranit isn't back, so you're kind of still waiting for him unless you want to go ahead back to Nairobi and etc.
No, I'll wait here for Pranit.
Yeah.
Make sure Charles is comfortable and resting.
Yeah, it's pretty much resting is what I'm doing.
Go and talk to Annie. Thankful she got out. And
Nearly dying twice in one night tends to take it out of you.
A little bit. And talk about what our next move should be with Annie, perhaps.
Okay. Do you wait for Pranit to come back before you do that?
Yeah, we can do.
Okay.
Well, I think we're probably quite sure on what the next move is. But...
Okay. Cool. So, okay. So it is dark by the time Pranit returns, and as he arrives, I mean, you can describe it a little bit if you want, but he's holding his items that he carries with him at all times, either on his trouser belt or whatever, and he's just counting or touching or something.
How did it go, Pranit? Was it a successful casting? That's what it's called.
Yeah, it went fine. The corpses are burning. I can't really do anything else now. We just need to wait for nature to do its course, but then I believe we are done here.
Yeah, Shanghai awaits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that does seem to be the most urgent next stop.
Well, there's only really Shanghai and was it Australia? We had some vague
There were a
small
few
leads.
snippets Australia leads.
Yeah,
So
there was Australia, but nothing there seems to be particularly urgent. All this.
just the top of my head with Australia, you had a load of stuff in America from that lecture, the Australian guy who did lecture, talking about the sand bat was one thing and a few other things. There was also
The stuff with gabagans.
yeah, so stuff going to Darwin. Also those postage stickers and so on, crate stickers for Darwin, Australia. Also, given your vision, Annie, it was in the desert. That might have been Australia, although you're not sure.
Oh, could have been. Yeah.
Bless you.
So yes, we have a few small leads in Australia, and I think we will need to deal with that. But Shanghai seems to be the bigger threat.
Yes.
I definitely got more leads going to China. Yeah.
I think we do now need to hit Shanghai.
Yeah, also Nails is going there.
Well, I mean, you think he's going
trying
there.
to.
He's trying as hard as he can.
Can't remember now off the top of my head what the name of that pub was, but he did say, didn't he?
He mentioned the Yellow Lily Bar in Hong Kong, but
in
also
Hong Kong.
Yeah, but also you have that matchbox from Elias's room called the Stumbling Tiger Bar, and that's in Shanghai.
Shanghai, yeah. It was with the Hong Kong one was he saw Brady, wasn't it?
Yeah, he saw Brady there.
And perhaps Roger Carlyle.
I mean, again, he was adamant it was him, except his hair looked different and he looked a bit worse for wear.
Well, if we're going by boat, we could stop at Hong Kong on the way.
Yeah, easily. In fact, I'm 99% sure that the main route does stop at Hong Kong anyway before heading up the Yellow Sea. So
yeah. So we could take a few days in Hong Kong, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, once we're there. Also, it should be also cool on the way down to Australia to stop at Hong Kong. So whether it's on our way up and our way down, we're bound to get through there.
Yeah, and there's plenty of boats up Polynesia, from Australia up to China. That's easy stuff. Or down.
Yeah, let's do Hong Kong then Shanghai.
Yep.
Okay. I'd have been very surprised if you'd gone to Australia first, honestly. It's getting easier to work out where you're going. Okay, awesome. So, final thing then, anything else that you want to do either in Ndovu, Nairobi, Mombasa before you get the boat across the sea to Hong Kong?
I don't think we've left any stones unturned. I mean, we could go back and deliver the remaining soldiers, but frankly, I think I'll let them explain it to their commander.
Well,
you could have a safari romp with a certain big game hunter if you want.
Yeah, I think we dodged a bullet quite literally there.
Yeah, I was going to say the only thing we haven't done is Colonel Endicott's place.
Yeah, but as for everything we were supposed to do, I think we did everything here.
Well, wait a minute, because Colonel Endicott was having trouble with people dying, so maybe that is more cult activity. Should we do that before we leave?
He was south of Nairobi as well, so he was well away from the mountain.
Can I talk to, what's his name, Johnston Kenyatta again?
Yes, he is there, yeah.
We did pick up a lead that we think something else might have been going on down south. I just wondered if you know about it. This Colonel Endicott guy with his
The big
safaris.
red-headed mustache. Yes,
Hmm.
that guy.
Well, the manner of the deaths did kind of correlate to how people were disappearing here.
Well, I have never visited his lodge myself. I do know that lots of white people who have been there have gone away either scared or troubled or leaving bad reviews. And the lady who does the Nairobi Star loves to take the bad reviews and publish them.
Hmm.
I do not know if it is a cultist place. I've never seen any cultists come up from that area, because surely they would have come up to the mountain for this.
Well,
right.
that's likely, and there's a good chance that if they are, that they're dead now. But I still feel it's a lead that might be something else, might be a different sect. Just the nature of the things described just makes me question whether we actually have something, a stone we've left the wrong way up.
I'm afraid I don't really know more than that. I believe there were rumors that at least some of this Carlyle expedition visited. It sounds plausible, but apart from
Maybe
that,
they
I do not know
left
what they
something
did
in the undergrowth, something crawling around out there.
perhaps, but
Might
it is
not be so much
certainly-
a cult as just a monster left behind.
it has certainly not made its way to Nairobi, whatever it is.
Still, whilst in the lodge, it might only be bothering a few rich game hunters. I can't help but feel that they aren't the only people in this country. Maybe
Of
we
course
should
they're
do
not.
something about it.
Me? Well,
No, we.
oh, we. Well,
The royal we.
I see. You may do what you like. I'm not going to stop you. I would personally not wish to go out there, unless for a very good reason.
Well, I don't particularly find any delight in shooting game, but
No, it is quite a frivolous sport that the whites have brought over here.
I don't know if I'd describe it as a sport, frankly. It seems a little one-sided. If the animals had guns and knew how to use them, that might be a sport.
Yes, you are most amusing. Yes, it is a very British thing. But, like I said, hopefully things will change around here soon.
Hashtag not all Brits. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should we look into it, or should we just leave it there?
We're not
To
really
be honest,
shape
to be
do
honest,
that.
I think it would have made more sense to do that on the way. If we'd done
There
it
wasn't
before we'd
time.
done the mountain,
It was in opposite
before we'd
direction.
done the mountain. But
Yeah.
I think now we may have caused enough damage to the cult activity here that we probably could get away with not doing anything about it. We've alerted the people. We've alerted the authorities about it. I think we can't be saviors to them all.
No, and the other thing, of course, is the cult knows we're here at the moment, so the quicker we
Yeah.
leave this country, probably the better.
Yeah,
Also,
I mean,
we are not really in shape to
No.
deal with anything else.
It's true. You guys do look like you could need a rest a bit.
we've had a literal tongue lashing,
Some,
and it's not been nice.
some
Well, let's
convalescing
see.
on a boat might be just the thing.
A nice cruise would do us
yes.
some good. But you made a good point, actually, about the cult now we're here. Should we try and throw them off our track so they don't know we're going to Shanghai somehow?
Well, could you speak to Robert Kenyatta again? Could you maybe spread the rumor that we had. Oh, what's his name?
Johnstone.
John Stone. Thank you.
Now it's Johnstone. He becomes Jomu later, but yeah.
Could you perhaps spread the word around that we head to Australia? Actually, even that's a bad move because we're headed there later.
Indonesia.
Well, we could go
Indonesia.
We could go south and say Johannesburg.
Wait, where was that guy
anyway,
that you know, the magic user guy? Where was he from?
Bunday.
No, the one that I killed with Wu and Byakhee outside.
Oh, where was he?
It was
from again?
Ethiopia, wasn't it?
No, he was west. Hold on, I've forgotten what it's called now. Hold on a second.
Ghana?
No, it was Mauritania.
Mauritania. There
West
we go.
Africa.
So we know there's a cult in Mauritania that we've already dealt with without going there. So let's can we spread the rumor that we're heading to Mauritania just to anyone who asks, and it's amongst the villagers now. We'll talk about the fact we're going to Mauritania, because hopefully that word will get back to the cult somehow and they'll be thrown off our tracks.
I can do my best, yes. Your secret is safe with me anyway.
Might buy us a little bit of time in Shanghai anyway.
It is a long way to Shanghai. By boat, it is a long way.
Well, they knew we were coming here. Well, they knew this lot were coming here.
I think I have a feeling that because there were so many by the time you arrived, I think they knew pretty much everyone who was coming.
From what I understood, they attacked on the way here.
Yes, the train. Yes. I believe it was the woman in Nairobi. Yes, the one with the fire was.
Yeah, I didn't know she was. I mean, I know these guys knew her. I didn't think she was one of you. I mean, she didn't investigate anything, did she?
No.
Not that we're aware of.
No.
There's
collateral damage, that one. Yes, I'm speaking of my character who lasted such a short amount of time. She wasn't even part of the group.
Aww.
Before they killed her like she was an NPC.
I was about to say, you mean she was a NPC?
May as well have been.
There is one thing we can all do before we head. And that's visit her grave, because we never got a chance to go to the funeral.
Oh, yeah, if you want.
I'll say our goodbyes.
Yeah, we could do that.
Well, I didn't really know her. Funny, though.
Okay. So yeah, you certainly can go there and pay your respects. She's now in a very nice white grave. When I say white, as in segregated white people in this grave area. Lovely tombstone and so on. With Constantina, even Bavaria Parks. Pressing F.
Drop the F in the chat for Constantina Bavaria Barks.
Rough.
Okay. I'm not the one for speeches, so if we want to set off, that would be the time.
Yeah.
So we got to go back to.
While we're there, actually, I will sort of say, here's to you, old girl. Here's to you, old girl. We'll try and find some more dragons while we're in Mauritania. just in case there's maybe some of them
Mhm.
nearby, because they might figure we'll come here.
Yep, take
So
your
I figure
precautions.
if I make that, if I say, we'll try and hunt some dragons for you in Mauritania, just in case there's cultists listening.
Hmm.
Just sow that seed.
Yep.
Just out of interest, have we got to go back north before we go east, or can we go east straight from Mombasa?
Oh, yes, I was actually just planning to find that. I got duration of days, but I believe you would go via Madagascar. Actually, just get today's map up. I should no, beg your pardon, not Madagascar. Or is it? Hold on.
I believe Madagascar is a tad south.
Yeah, so you would basically head up a little bit towards the Arabian Sea. You'd get to what's now Sri Lanka, around there, which I believe back then was Ceylon.
Yeah.
Head through Malaysia, Singapore, and so on before starting up north to the China Sea, or South China Sea, I beg your pardon. Taiwan. Not Taiwan. What we're talking about? South China Sea, and then you get to Hong Kong. There, that way, rounding Vietnam and so on.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. So, China it is then.
Yep.
It is. It is time.
It is time.
It is time to visit the area into Meow China. That's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, before we get into rewards and things like that, because obviously we've now finished the Kenya chapter, and you're all still alive, and you're all not completely insane somehow.
Don't believe
God, I
it.
don't know how you do it.
I
So lucky.
don't believe it either.
Cannot believe it. Well, to be fair, Constantina died in Kenya.
Okay, apart from Constantina, yes, she died quite swiftly. The sail, as in journey time taking, is 14 to 26 days. So you've got a good stretch of time. Now, naturally, most of you have got major wounds, and one of you is indefinitely insane. Let's firstly deal with the major wounds. So I'm just double checking. Actually, by the time you would get to China, you can roll at least one con. So for Perry and Pranit, you can roll at least twice. Charles, you can roll once.
That's a 28.
Pass.
The first
41.
one. The first one is a pass.
Yep.
Does an extreme pass help?
Oh, it does. It does.
Because I've got one of those.
Okay. Right.
I believe that's
I
hard.
rolled 3%.
Ooh, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Just seen Amigo in this book, like a big illustration that I didn't know was in there. That's nice. Okay, so recovering damage. Here we go. Okay. So if you just succeeded or got a hard success, then you get 1d3 hit points back and you lose your major wound. On extreme success, you also remove your major wound and you get 2d3 hit points back.
2d3.
Yes.
All right. So I'm getting 2 back.
That's 4 back.
I was going to say most of you are on full health anyway. Okay, so what's your health at the minute, Charles? Now that you've
5 now.
5. Okay. And you're on 11. Okay, so actually, what I'll say is there's a little bit of medical attention you can get, just like a basic doctor and so on. But again, mechanical wise, you can just recover 1 per day now for 6 days. So I'm happy for you to do that. And get back
Okay,
to
that'll take me up to.
Yeah, exactly. It's only 6
I'll top
days.
me up.
So, yeah. Okay. Now, in terms of indefinite insanity, actually, yeah, for 2 of you, isn't it? Because 2 of you've got it. So, what you can do, I keep forgetting about this mechanic, is you can try and cure yourself through psychoanalysis and the use of your treasured possession. But I don't believe either of you actually have any psychoanalysis.
No, I have to level it up, but I got the base 10 basically.
The other way is to seek external help. So either a doctor, psychiatrist, go into a rehabilitation for a bit.
Yeah,
Something-
I mean,
Something-
if there's
something
some doctor on board on the ship or cruise or whatever we are taking to Shanghai.
Oh, I think our chances are slim.
Might be another passenger.
There is that. What I'm
Right.
more worried about the fact is if there's no psychologist, but there's a pregnant woman, we're going to go nuts.
Well,
After what we've seen, if we see a woman with a bloated stomach, we're going to out, damn demon, out.
could I have a group luck roll? Let's see if there's a psychiatrist on board.
Yeah, but it is still Perry.
Sorry, guys. I've got no clue if that's 99.
In other words, you were staying in the same floor as one, but you never found them.
In the next cabin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you think either you're going to have to maybe stop somewhere en route and maybe stay there for a bit and try and seek help that way if you want, or you could try and get something
Hong
in
Kong.
Hong Kong when you arrive, something like that. But that's basically how it's
The
going to
problem,
be. If you
the problem with stopping on the way and spending some time is we run the risk. Hopefully our ruse has worked and we've bought ourselves some time, but I think we have to act on the possibility that we're going to walk into the same shitstorm when we hit Hong Kong and then Shanghai that we hit here with Kenya.
I mean, possibly Shanghai, because I don't think we've told anyone we're going to Hong Kong.
Yeah. So I think we have to get there as quick as we can.
Yeah, we'll reach our destination, then we'll see.
Yeah. Because I worry if we spend a week getting all nice and healthy and then we arrive and the
And that's too late already.
cultists are ready for us. And for fuck's sake, they might be on the ship with us.
Oh yeah, here we go. I was just double checking if there are any other options for indefinite insanity. So yeah, basically it's going to be care. So either private care, which you got, at least I think Pranit got last time, thanks to super rich people.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get private care, or you can be institutionalized, which is not going to be as nice, basically. Nowhere near a good success rate as private care. So I guess, well, given Charles' funds, you could afford private care for the 2 of you.
We
it's
could.
just a case of where that happens, because yeah, on the ship there isn't anybody who could really tend to you in that way. Again, there's a couple of physical doctors, but nobody really who's a psychiatrist or anybody like that on board.
Well,
Yeah,
if we're
say
considering it
Shanghai.
at all, it's going to be Hong Kong. Can't
Yeah.
afford to do it before then.
Sorry.
We we need to put as much distance between us and the cultists as we possibly can. We can't afford to stop.
I mean, given where you're traveling, so you're going all the way from Mombasa to Shanghai, there are various stops, just like there would be for the Ivory Wind. It was going to stop at all sorts of places. So even for a few days, you're going to be sat in a port or something. Whether you utilize that or not is up to you, but just saying it's going to be a few times you're going to be stopping for maybe up to a day each time where you're in port.
That's not going to provide any kind of continuity of care, though, is it?
No, that's the problem. Plus, we run the risk that if we go in there, we might not get out. And then you're halving the party straight away.
All right. Hong Kong it is then.
So you're going to get care in Hong Kong. Okay.
Yeah.
Or Shanghai, one of the two. Not in between.
Fine.
I'm tempted to say Hong Kong simply because I have a feeling we're going to need all our faculties at full pelt for when we hit Shanghai.
When we get to Hong Kong, could Charles hire someone to come with us?
Roving psychiatrist. They're like £100 an hour.
Too, but Charles is pretty rich.
Yeah, fair.
I'm just thinking.
Charles has got some funds.
Just thinking continuity of care, like you said.
Yeah.
What you're saying is a Call of Cthulhu party with a psychologist in tow or a psychiatrist in tow.
Yep.
So every bout of insanity, they'll be like, "Now tell me about your father."
Yep.
Well, and I thought when one of us dies, we've got a ready-made NPC to take over.
Yeah. Where did I put it? I might start going through my curious character deck and have a look for someone. Okay, cool. Well, I will have a think about that, and also I'm going to need to flesh out Hong Kong and things like that. But before then, let's give you some rewards for Kenya. So, of course, you get your improvement phase for your luck and your skills. But before then, let's deal with sanity point regain. So, Mweru, aka Bunay, has been neutralized. You will receive 3 sanity points. Tankar has been neutralized. You gain 2 sanity points.
How much for Bunay? Sorry.
3.
All right.
You also freed the prisoners from the Mountain of the Black Wind. You also gain 2 sanity points for that. You destroyed the spawn of Nyarlathotep, which gives you 5 sanity points. And let's see, you defeated a Shantak, which also gives you another 5 sanity points. Yeah, that's all of them. So you did rather well.
A grand total of 12 sanity.
My character started, when he was first introduced, had 25 sanity.
Mm-hmm.
He now has 54. He has actually gotten more sane the more horrific things he's seen.
You're getting used to the horribleness.
All right.
So improvement rolls.
If that's okay with you, I'm doing it next time before
yeah, of course you can.
session.
Okay,
No
so dodge.
problem. All right. Well, whilst you're rolling and all that's going to be quite a lot of dead air. So let me end the broadcast there. Thank you to all of you for a fantastic session and for the end of Kenya. I hope that everyone watching, I'm looking at you, Mateo, enjoyed. And we will see you next in Hong Kong in the next chapter. So, bye-bye.